Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, Srila Gaura Das Babaji, and Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And I offer my humble obeisances at the feet of all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who are present here today, headed by Bhakti Vedanta. So, Raghunath Das today, yesterday. And Maharaj was talking about impressions. Association with sadhus. That we want prasanga, positive association with satam, pure devotees. Bhavanti Rit Karna. Rit means heart, Karna means ear. So, Katha, this Katha is a rejuvenative, it is a rasayan. Because it has potency. Why it has potency? Because it comes from the lips of sadhu. From the lips of sadhu. Srila Gurudev once explained to me that by reading the books or watching the video, listening to the tapes, you can get knowledge, transcendental knowledge. But the potency, this is coming from, no, it's okay. Is coming from the sadhu's heart. Gurudev explained, the moods of the inhabitants of Braj are the treasure of the sadhu's heart. And when we hear the Harikatha, and get this feeling of spontaneous love for be spontaneous in the service of Srimati Radhika. Hello, yes. So, this is the moods of sadhus, moods of inhabitants of Braj are in the hearts of sadhus, and they can be transferred to Bhavanti Rit Karna, through the ear it is transferred. To the heart. Karna. Karna is ear and Rit is heart. Just as it was in the original transfer of these moods when Krishna spoke to Brahma. Then, Tantene Brahma Riddhaya Adikave. In this original poet, these moods were implanted in his heart. So this is the process. And we have to understand the divisions. Who are we? Kritsnam lokam imam ravi. Kshetram kshetri tatha kritsnam prakash. The sun is in one place in the universe, but the sun is everywhere in the universe by sunshine. Similarly, the soul is in one area of the body, in the subtle body, in the Shukshma Sarira. And the consciousness is spreading throughout the subtle body and gross body. Consciousness is the symptom of the soul. When there is consciousness, Prabhupada said, then we know that there is soul. Soul is present. So, you have a physical body. And Stula Sarira. And this physical body is made of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Within that gross body is Shukshma Sarira, the subtle body. And within that subtle body there is Atma, you, the soul. Like you see in Russia, they have these dolls, one fits inside the other. So it is like this. Gross body, subtle body, spiritual body. And this gross body is a reflection of the desires. Just like when we say, please let the sun open the curtain so the sun can come in. It doesn't mean the sun planet is coming in. It means the sunshine is coming in. So, there's no difference between sunshine and sun. There's no difference between consciousness and soul. But, when the sunshine comes into the atmosphere of the world, due to clouds and due to gas emissions and factories and all these things, the sunshine becomes polluted. But the sun never becomes polluted. Similarly, the consciousness becomes influenced by the three modes of material nature, sattva, tamas, and rajas. But the soul is not influenced. The soul is impervious to that. It remains pure. So the consciousness, when it has these influences of tama, rajas, and sattva, desires come in the consciousness. And those desires are deposited in the dormant subconscious mind, which then feeds the false ego to develop a certain conception of a physical body. Then it goes from the dormant, inactive subconscious mind to the dormant, active subconscious mind. And then from there to the active conscious mind. From the active conscious mind, these desires descend through the chakras. There are 7 chakras. Muladhara chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, Manipur chakra, Anhat chakra, Vishuddha chakra, Agna chakra, and Sahasra chakra. Each chakra is rooted in the physical body in one of the endocrine glands, internal secreting glands. Those glands have some electrodes in them. And how are those electrodes stimulated? They are stimulated by prana. The prana moves the desires from the subtle body, which is, all the chakras are connected to the subtle body and the gross body. They're interactive. Prana moves these desires into the gross body, stimulates the electrodes in the endocrine glands to fulfill the desires of the physical body, the desires of the consciousness that are coming in. These desires are Shrotam Chakshu Sparsanam Cha Rasanam Grahanam Eva Cha. That a certain set of Shrota, hearing, Shrotam Chakshu, seeing, Sparshanam, touching, Rasanam, tasting, around information from the consciousness into the physical body. And the prana is the conductor. We have evidence from clinical studies about chi, which is not different from prana. The Chinese, they have the chi. That they take a fluorescent material and put it on the tip of the needle, put it in the place where the meridian goes, and then with an ultrasound camera, they watch the fluorescent material move along the meridian of the chi. It passes all other channels, the lymphatic channels, the nerve channels, the blood channels, and it stays on that. So if you open your arm, you can't see this meridian. It doesn't exist. Similarly, if you open the body, you could not see chakras. But these subtle channels are there. And the prana and the chi move on those channels. We have evidence of this from scientific studies. So the prana is pushing the desires through the chakras into the physical body, and then by manifest, and this is what the scientists think is consciousness. The consciousness is the brain chemicals. No, the brain chemicals are caused by the consciousness. The brain chemicals are not the consciousness. The brain chemicals don't cause consciousness. Consciousness causes the brain chemicals to manifest. This is the proper understanding. Life comes from life. So, these impressions of your desires, you look at yourself in the mirror and you are thinking, my skin is pale, I wish it was darker. My skin is darker, I wish it was lighter. My hair is black, I wish it was blonde. My hair is blonde, I wish it was black. I am too big, I want to be smaller. I am too small, I want to be bigger.
Just hair. Just hair.
Any kind of hair. Like this, desires are there. So these impressions, they're going into the physical body. And they're going into the subtle body. These impressions are staying on the subtle body. These impressions are causing the subtle body to try and fulfill, through the false ego in the mind, fulfill desires. And it takes many births. Once we asked Prabhupada, how Ravi Shankar is playing the sitar, so amazing how he plays, so fast. Prabhupada told us he has been playing for 7 births. 7 births. Or if you want to become a maestro, a master of something in the material world, it takes at least 7 births. So some people, they are pursuing some material perfections. Like we see sometimes a young child, 4 or 5 years old, playing piano, reading the music. How is it possible? It is from the poor Janma, the previous birth. They are bringing the impression with them, material impression. Understand? Similarly, Arjuna asked Krishna, Krishna, supposing I am not successful at bhakti. In the 2nd chapter he's asking, suppose I am not successful. I don't become perfect. I've given up all my material benefits, then I fail at the spiritual. Now I'm a riven cloud. I have no place in any sphere, material or spiritual. So what is my position? Krishna tells him, no, there's no loss or diminution. The percentage of Krishna consciousness you develop, these impressions on the consciousness that remove the influence of the modes of material nature and establish the desires for spiritual pursuits carry with you. Just like the physical material, just like the material impressions for pursuing some particular wisdom or talent in the material world, the spiritual impressions also go with you. So where will you get these spiritual impressions? Sattam prasangam, by the positive association of sattam. Then this influence of the modes of nature is removed, and the consciousness becomes purified, and the spiritual impressions are there. Prabhupada was saying how, my Guru Maharaj was saying how, you see, they are watching us on the Sankirtan. They say Krishna is this is why chanting. Now, so what is our when we follow their order, what happens? Their potency is carried in the holy name. And their potency influences people. We used to go up and down the streets in New York chanting and singing, and people would see us, they would chant with us, and then they would come home. I was just visited my god sister Nanga Manjari the other day. She used to stand in front of us in Boston chanting. She was smiling and chanting. I said, come on, you come and join us. She came and joined, then she moved in. Was it me? No, it was Prabhupada. His potency was it. I also saw the devotees chanting. And that night I moved in the temple. It was Prabhupada's potency. By Prabhupada's potency, these things were happening. So this is the power, this is the beauty of this Krishna consciousness. And these impressions can only come from the mercy of sadhu. Sadhu is giving these impressions. They cannot come. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur in one article, Pratishta Pari, removed moved by reading by any practice of associating with Vishuddha Vaishnavas, we become sadhutva. And when we become sadhutva, then we get the mercy of the Vaishnava. He gives blessing. Okay, this person is hearing very nicely. They want to capture this mood of the inhabitants of Braj, so I will give some mercy, some kripa, some impression. So this is the power. I remember Gurudev speaking in Kartik and in Italy and in different places, and being on the stage next to him, and he would become overwhelmed by the ecstasies, talking about Damodar Astakam in Kartik, or talking about Srimati Radhika, or talking about Krishna. Bahar Pidam verse, so many beautiful moods Gurudev was experiencing, and sometimes weeping. And this is broadcast. Prema Bhakti Javaite, he broadcasts these impressions, and that what comes into our heart. That's what erases the influence of the modes of material nature, that cleanses the mirror of the heart, the consciousness, that cleanses us from having material desires to try and feed the physical body, the concept of the gross physical body and subtle material body. So we want these impressions. We have to be loyam, greedy for hearing Harikatha from sadhus to get these impressions. And by getting these impressions, then it will be awoken. Rasayana Katha. This Katha is a rejuvenative. It wakes you up. It wakes up your greed for bhakti, your desire for spontaneous service. It is not simply by doing rules and regulations for 20 years that you will get raganuga. No. It will not come that way. So we are very fortunate, because I was in Kartik one time when Gurudev was speaking, and he told to everyone in the audience, after Madhava Maharaja spoke, that you should not think that he is just speaking. What he is speaking, these moods are there. He has realized these moods in his heart. I heard Gurudev speak these words with my own ears. So we are very fortunate to be in the association of sadhu, that we can hear this beautiful Harikatha from his lips. Thank you very much.
चैतन्य शक्ति जय जय राधा रमन बोले 1 minute. Between 1 to 2 minutes maximum.
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल,
श्रीगुरवे श्रीगौरचन्द्राय सपरिकरयुगलकिशोराय च ब्रजभमाय पुरुषपञ्चेत्राय राधावनाय च नमो नमः। वृन्दाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। All together raising hand please. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I pay my humble obeisances
I didn't want to give you, it was not right.
So I am sitting left, so this is not right. If I am sitting right, then it was not right. I am sitting left, so no problem. First of all, I pay my humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of my Paramaradha Guru Pad Padma, Om Vishnu Pad, Paramhansa Swami, Goswami Maharaj, and Om Vishnu Pad, Paramhansa Swami, Ashtotara Sata, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta, Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj. I pay my humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual grandsire, Sri Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, Sri Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, with all associates Prabhupada, Saraswati Thakur and entire Guru Vargas. I convey my Dandavat Pranam. All Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis assembled here, welcome guests to present today to encourage us to speak some Hari Katha headed by Sri Bhagavat Maharaj. We have heard from Maharaj so many scientific explanation. This chakra, Manipur chakra, Anahat chakra, so many chakra. I don't know, I know only Sudarshan chakra. He is telling about 5 pranas, but not telling the name. Maybe he is keeping for me. Because it mentioned, Joiche Ishtadev Prasad Bhunjia, Avashes Rakhen Kichu Sevaka Lagia. Guru and Vaishnavas, after serving prasad, they kept some leftover on their plate for sevakas. So I am sevak of Vaishnavas and Guru. So what is speak Hari Katha, what is left over on his plate, I take that. So what is 5 pranas? Pran, Apan, Ben, Saman and Udan. And they have presiding deity, Nag, Kikat, Kurma, Dhananjay, Devdatta. So he kept for me all this. So Maharaj made me emotional about telling Gurudev. So I can remind him something about Gurudev. 2008, during Brajamandal Parikrama, we are in Gopinath Bhavan. The Pujari of Sevakunj, he came midday and he want to meet with Gurudev. Being Gurudev a cardio patient, after prasad immediately not allowed to speak and he could take some rest. So I told Gurudev taking rest, why you want to meet? I brought some prasad. The Rajbhog prasad means midday prasad of Sevakunj, want to offer him. And okay, very good. Then I give him 500 rupees, give me. But no, I will not give you. But why not? All over Vrindavan, they know me and they prasad giving, why not? No, I give direct to his hand. Okay. And please come 3:30. Well, no, I have no time. I will come about just before 6, between 5 and 6. Very good. So after 5 he came. Then he gave prasad. Then he came. I was downstairs. Take him to upstairs. Then I told, yes, please come. Then I told Gurudev, he want to give some prasad to from Seva Kunja. Well, okay, take. Well, no, I'll give your hand. Then give Gurudev hand. Then Gurudev told, give him 1,500. I give 500 in midday, he not receiving. Well, give 1,000. I give 1,000. No. With 1,100. Told no. Well, why not? He told, I cannot take money today. Why not? You are son of a panda. Then he told, today I have early morning have a dream. Srimati Radhika came in my dream and told, nowadays my Priya Sakhi named Narayan Maharaj living in Gopinath Bhavan. My midday prasad, Rajbhog prasad you gave to him by your own hand. The boy told, when Radhika ordered me direct to give your hand, she not told to take money from you exchange of this. How I can take money? If you give another day, I can take. Today I will not take. Then Gurudev became very emotional. Then Gurudev took some prasad. Then by his own hand, what tambul means, betel nut, betel leaves, by his own hand he gave to Maharaj. You remember that? And distribute prasad. After that Maharaj put in internet. So Radhika's heart said, telling that my Priya Sakhi living in Gopinath Bhavan named Narayan Maharaj. Look, this is not our predict, our concoction of mind. Srimati Radhika telling her pujari, whenever I go to there with party, pujari take me to inside there. Well, I will know. Well, no, you have to come. Well, I know you are Maharaj Sevak. Well, so many others, so let them, so many, they are your senior. But you have to come here. So now I am coming in subject matter. Maharaj was telling that about Rag will not come immediate, have to listen Harikatha and infect your heart from heart to heart. And Maharaj told have to be in Sadhu Sangha. When Maharaj came, what you will speak? And yesterday spoke about Raghunath Das Goswami. I want to continue this subject. I told Maharaj, what you will speak? I told, I will tell Gita. Then Maharaj ordered him to give Gita book. He gave, but Maharaj not keeping here. I am not telling about Gita. I don't know, he is keeping for me also. Let me check. So then Maharaj emphasized Sadhu Sangha. First have to know who is Sadhu. It mentioned by our previous acharyas. Sadhu means sadhanati, doing practice or practicing to achieve Krishna Prem and helping others to achieve same Krishna Prem, he is Sadhu. Only saffron cloth, big tilak, 3 line here and big Rudraksha mala, not. I am not criticizing anyone, but this is not symptom of Sadhu. Who himself practicing to achieve Krishna Prem and helping others to achieve Krishna Prem, he is Sadhu. Now question may rise after some time, not today, not in front of me, when I depart from here, other place. Oh, Maharaj told bogus. Then our Guru Varga is sadhak, they are practicing. No, they are not sadhak at all. They are eternal associate of simultaneously Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and divine couple. They landed in this world to teach us how to make sadhan. Others you could not follow. Like Arjuna has no question. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita is asking for our benefit, not for him. Is eternal, Arjuna is eternal associate of Dvarakadhish Krishna. Same way our Guru Vargas, eternal associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and divine couple. They playing the role of sadhak. they are not sadhak at all. So, what is my desire to speak Gita? So I am speaking little bit. Gita, Gayate, Trayate, Yasmat. Upon reciting or doing Anusilan or hearing, who can deliver from this world, that scripture called Gita. Gayate, Trayate, Yasmat. Upon whom reciting, who can deliver from this world, that called Gita. So, in Gita, there is 18th chapter. So, Gita is 18th chapter, and Mahabharata is Gita is the part of Mahabharata. Mahabharata also 18th chapter. How many Mahabharata? 18th is called Parva, but chapter. And out of Mahabharata is 18 chapter or 18 Parva, one is called Santi Parva. In Santi Parva, Gita is there. So in Gita, there are 4 speakers. How I know who are they?
You mentioned before, Maharaj.
Yes.
Dhritarashtra, Sanjay, Arjuna, and Krishna.
How many slokas? How many slokas in total in Bhagavad Gita?
700.
And out of 700, how many Krishna told?
Majority.
And majority must be granted. 574 or somewhere mentioned 575. Arjun, Krishna 575, Arjun 80, and Sanjay 44, and Dhritarashtra 1. First speaker is Dhritarashtra. The first slok of Gita, who speaking? Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Was true or not?
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samavetayutsavaha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimakuruvata
What is the
Sanjaya.
meaning of this? Because he want to speak Gita, so
See, in that verse, he is asking, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do? What did they do? This indicates that the Gita was not spoken on the first day. It was spoken by Krishna to Arjuna, but Sanjaya is now talking about it on Gita Jayanti, the day that Bhishma falls on the battlefield. Win. So because he's concerned that he can't win, he asks Sanjaya, what did they do? How did they come to this position that Bhishma fell? What has happened? Then Sanjaya begins to explain about what Krishna told Arjuna in Gita. It comes like this. Because it is, in other words, he is asking in Sanskrit. I don't know that well. He knows better than me. But the conjunction of what he is speaking, Samaveda Yusa, Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva, what did they do? Means it happened before, it's not happening now. It happened previously.
thank you. When you open hold, what time?
8 o'clock.
So, what Maharaj told, I am giving little more explanation. It means Dharma Kshetri, Kurukshetri, Samaveta Juyutsava, Mamaka Pandavaschaiva, Kim Akurvat Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra asking Sanjay what they did, my son and Pandavas, being assembled Dharma Kshetra of Kurukshetra. How do you Dharma Kshetra? Dharma is a place of religion. They are fighting to kill each other. Is it Dharma? Is it religion? But why Dhritarashtra telling, and Vyasdev is writing there in his Gita, Dharma Kshetra. Why called Dharma Kshetra? Why called place of religion? In this dynasty, Arjun forefathers, one name was King Kuru. very influential king. Upon his name, they became inherently they called Kaurava. So one day, Maharaj Kuru, what came in his mind, he started plowing one big land, big piece of land. If someone do any austerity here, the king of heavenly planet Indra became very worried. Why is plowing the land? This big land? Want to take my position? Then he come, oh king, don't plow land. Every day, our king not listening. One day he came and, king, stop. Don't plow the land anymore. Why not? This is my kingdom. You can stop this, exchange of this, what you want, you can take some benediction. Who are you? Then come your original form. Then Indra with crown everything, taking thunderbolt. I am Indra, king of heavenly planet. What you can give me some opulence? I have endless opulence in my kingdom. I don't want any opulence. No, you must have to take. Okay. If you want to give some benediction, I want only one. Who will die in this area, they will go direct to heavenly planet, not to hell. So be it. So-called Dharma Kshetra. So Dhritarashtra had some doubt. So he is asking this. Dhritarashtra had cherished desire to watch the battle. He asked Vyasdev, I want to see the battle. But okay, no matter. Sing here, you can see everything. I can give you divine vision. Told Prabhu, I don't want divine vision. Because when fighting will take place, someone will winner, someone loser, someone will die, someone alive. If Duryodhan winner, I want to clap, but I don't know who is Duryodhan, who is Bhim. Because he is blind by birth. So better, we can give divine vision to my charioteer. To whom? Sanjaya. He knows everyone. And he can tell me. So television idea came from there. Sitting one place, can see everything. So this idea came from their Indian brain. That's the brain. I give divine vision from here, you can watch everything. After that is what Maharaj told. Few days later, then this all 18. What is the mystery behind this? What is and chariot horse fight with one. Two plus 18. Again 18. Plus 8.
11.
18. And horse
11.
plus 6
17
plus 1
18.
350. So 1 plus
18.
Two 1870 plus 2 109350. Then total how much? Plus 8. Is 118. The plus 7, 18. 18. 5, 6, 1. And chapter 18. There, Sri Krishna. So Dhritarashtra there, if he will thing. So now I am telling in then Sabha Parva. Sabha means like Pandavas never take. So get rid of him, then I can do the rest job in a minute. So I have to, and too much strong poison. They give little piece to dog. During Dushasan Bhim, Dushasan you should not. If you die, then oh, Bv Madhava Maharaja died. He gave this poison laddu. So him weeping, taking. Nagalok. Poison. When snake biting took the poison, with us we could not stand him. Even combinedly, Then they take his son, because they oh, he is my grandson. Then told, okay, you sleep, him drink as everywhere, make harm. Not to ask for luck. They will not understand English, not luck. So what happened? Duryodhana told Dhritarashtra, my dear, Yudhishthira will be king. Okay, let him go. Then Dhritarashtra, from now and future, you have to address your citizen going in Varanavad. Yes, what? Govinda Dev ki jai. The forest fire. Severe fire, there is no way to come out. Rat can survive. How come? Rat can. When Pandavas are going there, Varanasi, listen for you. What kind of presentation? All of us living with going to happen became mystery. For you, because very surprised. What is this? What is it? Temple Puri, 4 exist. One is head down. Two days, 3 days. What? Ashram. Eldest member, mother can set fire. One is very tall figure, very chubby. All mother and all sons, they are all जब नहीं रहेगा जी कौन कहे So they are doing mother and five. Their mattress are made of foam. They are all over in the world. Not husk. So the mattress caught fire. Then another telling Husu turn side, other side. If you turn other side, then you lose belly. His wife chastises. Drink this very bad, very bad.